Hello friends, it is Monday the 11th, I've got to get this right, yeah, of March. Yes, it was Mother's Day, lovely. I had chocolate, I had a book, I had some nail stuff, just cheap little things, which, it's like I said, I don't need presents. I'm happy just to have Paul and Jennifer, you know, I'm just happy to be with them. Anyway, this is another reading vlog. I'm still not up to doing a full vlog. Might change that soon because I'm hoping to get my vlogging camera fixed. I found somewhere that may well fix it, so I'm going to give them a ring tomorrow and then I might get back to vlogging properly. It's going to be weird without my dad around, but it's a month tomorrow since we lost him, 12th. It's going to be hard. Anyway, this is a reading vlog. So last night, as you know, I finished 3 books and I started this one. So this is called My Summer of Love. It's by Helen Cross. There's a fair bit of swearing in it. It's set in the 80s up in Yorkshire. I don't know yet if I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm going to see. I don't think it's one I'll pass to my mum, but we'll have to see. So it's hard work at night with Jennifer now, not because she's hard work, but because she wants to read to us, which is good. She's practicing her reading. She's reading the Mr. Men books. There's so many big words in them, and sometimes she stumbles over small words and gets big words right, but it's sometimes like getting blood out of a stone. But I love it. So basically she sits and we read it together, and it's really nice. Tomorrow Paul will do it, but tomorrow night I'll read her school book. She gets £1 for reading her school book, and if she helps me with putting the washing away tomorrow, because there's loads of it, she'll get another £1, so she'll get 2. So this way she can save up her money for when we go on holiday. Yeah, I have got a blister on my lip, and this is from anxiety where I've been chewing my lip. So yeah, it's not good. So I made my first TikTok video for Book Talk, about Book Talk, since it's really the first of the year. I haven't made many this year, and then with everything that happened last month, of course not. So yeah, so I'm going to read, I think I'm going to try and read a chapter of this Marilyn book, this Marilyn Rose diary. It's all over the place. I don't know if there was a book before this, because they've started going on about some mountain and having visions there that wasn't in the beginning of the book. And then he's saying he's JFK's son, and that wasn't in the beginning of the book. And I'm wondering, have I missed something somewhere? I'm going to have to go and look it up. But yeah, so I'm going to read, and I'll let you know how I get on afterwards. Just read a chapter of Marilyn Rose diary. The story's actually getting quite interesting. The concept is good. I have looked into it, and it is volume 2 in a series. The first one's called the JFK Medallion. So now I know where this whole thing about the Mountain of Visions and JFK's son comes into it. It might have been a good idea to have a bit of a recap of that in the beginning of this book, because I only got this because it's got Marilyn Monroe in the name. Had it been called anything else, wouldn't have bought it. So I will pick up the first one. I'm still going to carry on with this one because now I know about that. I know it's a genuine thing, a part of the story, and I can bypass that story and then I can go back to it later. So I will get it, just so I've got both volumes. So I like the idea of them having to solve this murder of this mafia kid in order to see Marilyn's diary. That's very mafia type quid pro quo, and I've got to say that to get it out thing. I like that idea. So it is getting a little bit interesting. So I shall see how that goes. But I'm just keeping that on a 1 chapter a night thing, because I know when I get to the deep dark Marilyn stuff, it's going to annoy me. This is annoying me. That's what happens with anxiety. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with My Summer of Love and see if I can get into it, and I'll let you know how that goes. Read a chapter of My Summer of Love. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I know that it's about these 2 girls. One's rich and her sister died, and one's poorish. She lives in a pub and she's a gambler and addicted to smoking and alcohol, and she's like 15. I guess it's kind of coming of age story. Maybe I'm just too old for it, but maybe I need to give it a bit more time. Some books you gel with immediately and some you don't. And that one at the moment, while I'm enjoying it, I can't relate to either of the characters. You know? I don't know. However, I've also started reading Travels with My Aunt by Graham Greene, which is a vintage book from the 60s, 69. about this retired man who goes travelling with his octogenarian aunt, or septuagenarian aunt, sorry. She's, what is she, 74. And they go travelling, and I've read 3 chapters of this already, and so far I'm absolutely loving it. This is a book that I've already gelled with, and I'm really looking forward to keeping it in my collection now. I might buy a brand new copy if I so wish at some point, but for now this one will do me. So I think I might try a bit more of My Summer Love. I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to do it. I do want to see what happens, because this girl's father's just asked the main character Mona, to be friends with his daughter Tamsin, something like that. So yeah, I will give it a bit more, see how it's going. You know, I'm going to give it a try. I am tired though, so I will be going to sleep fairly soon. I don't know. I think maybe I've gelled with this guy because the character Henry has just had the funeral of his mother. I don't know, but the idea of being on your own and retired like him, and meeting an old aunt and going travelling, it sounds quite exciting. So anyway, I'm going to read a bit more of My Summer of Love, and I'll update you in the morning because I'm getting tired. Everyone, it's raining, it's horrible. Just update, yesterday I read a few more chapters of Travels with My Aunt before I went to sleep. I am absolutely loving that book, and I'm getting into My Summer of Love. I did pop into the charity shop and pick up another 8 books for my TBR. Oh god, I'm bad. Soon, however, hopefully, as long as I can get the bookcase in my car, my TBR will have a bookcase. It's not a 6-footer, I wouldn't get a built 6-footer in here, but I'm pretty sure that I can get the shorter ones in, and there's 2 of those, one's for books, one's for colouring supplies. And then I'll actually be able to sort out my TBR. I'm going to put it in alphabetical order, apart from one author where I've got a whole series. I'm going to put them at the back, and then I'll know exactly where they are when I want them, put them in order. I'm knackered. But yeah, so I got a bit of time for us to pick up Jen because I came out really early. I've got a drink and I'm going to sit and read. I might make a TikTok, but I'm definitely going to sit and read for a bit. I read a couple of chapters of this and that's about it. I haven't read very much. I'm hoping to read a little bit tonight of well, 1 chapter of this, maybe a chapter or 2 of this, and a good bit of this, because I'm really enjoying this. I just didn't, Jennifer came in last night really early, wouldn't settle down, so I couldn't read, and it was a bit of a nightmare. Going into town tomorrow instead of Friday, into Cardiff, to take my camera in to try and get it fixed. So yay, fingers crossed, eh? And there might be a trip to Waterstones. I doubt it. I don't think we'll have time. But yeah, I'll let you know how much I've read in a bit. I'm going to be reading Agatha Christie's notebooks in a minute because I'll be drying my hair. Everybody's in bed. It's late. I've got a load of spots on my face. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 spots on my face. Maybe I'm come down some. I don't know. Anyway, we went to Cardiff and I did read for a bit on the train. I'm reading Perfect Bookshop, which is about a cat who solves crimes. His name's Max. Apparently it's book 73 in the series, but yeah. I bought a couple of books. Well, I bought 1 book for me and 1 for Jennifer, which was Little Miss Nasty for Jennifer. But I bought War and Peace. I just remember my dad saying he'd read it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I've read The Stand. I'm sure I can get through this. I've only read a little bit at the moment, and it's okay. I'm only on the first chapter, mind. So I'm going to read a little bit now of just this, and then I'm going to do my usual chapter from each of the other 2 books, and a bit more of Travels with My Aunt to try and get through that, because I really like that book. So I've got like a lot of books on the go, but so mark this now. Thursday today, the 14th of March, I started reading War and Peace. Let's see how long it takes to read through this, because I'm not going to really focus on it unless I get into it, and then I'll just keep reading. But I'm just going to read a bit when I feel like it, so we'll see how many months it takes to read it. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Saturday afternoon, I've just had a shower. I'm covered in spots. I don't know what's going on, because there's one there. There's one up here. There's two here and there's one here. Oh man, I just don't know what's going on. I think it's the stress. Reading update. I did read a bit last night. I read a chapter or two of the Marilyn book. I read a chapter of My Summer of Love. I'm thinking of DNFing it. I'm trying to work my way through it just simply because I do want to know what happens. And I read a good chunk of Travels with My Aunt. I haven't got long left. I actually wanted to try and finish it last night, but my brother phoned when I was reading it. I was lying in bed reading it to say my mum had fallen over and cut her lip. So we got first responders out. Very nice chap. And he checked her over. Obviously, because she couldn't remember the fall. Her lip's really, really bad. They took her to hospital. She's over at the Grange. I've been over to see her today and to pick up Chris, who went with her, to take him home. And they think she had a small heart attack. They don't know. They think that's what it is. So obviously she'll be in there for a few days. So I am going to dry my hair. And I'm going to read for a little bit and have a rest. And just... it's one thing after another, because Paul's dad's been ill as well. And it's like, what's going to happen next? What? Yeah. Can't think like that. But yeah, not good. But I am determined to finish Travels with My Aunt today, because it's a really good book. I'm really enjoying it, and like I said, I would have finished it last night. So, but that happened, and I did take Jen, and we went down to check on Mum, and the first responder was there, and I thought, at least somebody's here, and they were talking to her and checking her obs and everything. But yeah, so it's just horrendous what's going on at the moment. I just. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore, because there's nothing I can do other than wait and see. I mean, at least they're giving her some medication and they're sorting her out. So I'm just exhausted from it all. So I'm going to take a break, do some self-care, which is reading and sleeping. And I'll update you on how far I get with Travels with My Aunt and the others. Okay, a bit of a reading update. So last night I finished Travels with My Aunt, which I really, really enjoyed. It was very, very good. I gave it 4 stars. I'll talk more about this when I do a full reading wrap up at the end of March. So far it's a good month. I've got to update my journal. I haven't done that yet. And last night I also read this book, A Flash of Blue by Maria Farah. It made me cry, but it was really good. It's a YA novel, but it was good. Sad, but really good. Really enjoyed that. So Mum's out of hospital, if you're wondering. She's fine. She's got a very bad back at the moment, finding it hard to get up. But I think that when she fell, because she face planted on the floor, she probably pulled a ligament or a muscle. We'll have to see. Ugh. I'm exhausted. I have read a couple more chapters of War and Peace. I've read a fair bit more of this. I'm halfway through it now. It's an interesting story, but it is filled with padding that doesn't need to be there, in my opinion. I have not read any more of this at this time. I will try and read a chapter of it tonight. And I'm going to pick a book off of my shelf in a minute. What am I thinking? What do I want? Do I want something romantic, cosy, but creepy? I don't know. A Guest List by Lucy Foley, maybe? That might be a good one. Might read that. I did take 4 of the books that were on there down to Mum's for her to read, so I'll get them back. Because she's left her Kindle at the hospital, so we'll try and get hold of them. I do have spare Kindles, fine, it's not a problem. But yeah, so I gotta go in and disable that now into the Amazon settings so that nobody else can go and buy books on my account. We don't know where she left it, because she was in Majors, then she went to MAU, medical assessment. Didn't see it in medical assessment at all. It wasn't on the table, it wasn't in her bag, it wasn't anywhere that I could see. So we think she must have left it in the Majors, but we're not sure. I'll try and ring them again tomorrow and see if I can get hold of them. Anyway, I'm going to read for a bit and I'll let you know how I get on before I go to sleep. Okay, so Jennifer's coming to bed with me. She had a nightmare. She genuinely did this time, because I could hear her she came in, she looked absolutely terrified, and when she sat down she was whimpering a bit. She wouldn't tell you what it is, she never does. Anyway, so I've done a bit of reading. I read a chapter of the Marilyn diary book, a chapter of My Summer of Love. I have started reading Halloween Story by Agatha Christie. Already read a good bit of that. Enjoying that one. Oops. And I've read another chapter of War and Peace. I am now on chapter 5. They're long chapters, they're easy to read, don't get me wrong. I think it's the length of books that intimidate people with it. It's supposed to be heavy going. At the moment it's not heavy going, it's very lightweight. I've also got a few more books. I normally pick them up in 4s. Halloween Party was one of them that I'm going to be reading in the next week. So this is what hopefully you'll be hearing me talk about in the next week. We've got Lucy Foley's The Guest List, Bonnie Garmin's Lessons in Chemistry, and S.J. Watson Before I Go to Sleep. So basically I have a stack of books by my bed that I want to read. I take them off my big pile and I come and put them over here, and then I work my way through the pile, and they're the ones I've picked next for. So I might do a little bit of list challenging now and snuggle down and go to sleep because it's getting late. So that's the end of this weekly vlog for reading, the reading vlog. Yay. I'm still not up to doing a full weekly vlog. I don't know when that's going to come back. It will come back. I might do it when we're going away for a couple of days over the Easter holidays. Paul wants to go and see where he grew up, and I want to go to a particular bookshop in Langport. So I might do it that week. So I might do one that week. It'll be on the phone because my camera's at the repair centre. But yeah, so we'll do another weekly vlog. Not the weekly vlog, another reading vlog next week. Last week of term, and then the week after we'll try and do a weekly vlog. Fingers crossed that nothing else goes wrong. And I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye everybody.